I'm making a homemade lemon meringue pie today.
Woohoo!
And I've been getting my stuff all gathered out, but the first thing I want to talk about is this pie crust. Now we get these at Aldi. It's Belmont pie crust deep dish. There's 2 of them in the package for $2.75. $2.79. And to us, they taste as close to homemade as you're gonna get. They are really good. So I had to let it thaw for about 20 minutes. And if you're wondering what the noise is, our furnace is kicking on. And then I took my fork and poked holes all in the bottom and around the sides. That's to try to keep the crust from puffing up, because you don't want that to happen. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I am going to put this in the oven and bake it until it's golden brown for about 11 to 14 minutes, and I'll be back. Now this pie calls for lemon zest, and some of you may not know, I don't know, everybody know, that that's made from the skin of the lemon. You want to get you a little, I call it a little zester grater. And see how you just want to get that off of there? You might say it don't look like nothing's going in there. It is. And I need to zest enough to get 1 tablespoon. So instead of making you watch me stand here and zest this lemon, we'll be back. Okay, I got my pie crust out. Now I'm just going to let this cool, and then I'll start on the lemon pie filling. Okay, we're ready to start on that lemon filling for this lemon meringue pie. It seems like a lot of steps, and it kind of is, but I've got confidence that any of you can make this pie. If I can, you can. Okay, so here we go. I've got 1 cup of sugar. I've got 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, or plain flour, however, whatever you want to call it. I have got 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Get that out of there. And yes, the recipe does call for both. So that's just how I'm making it. And then we have got 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to whisk this together. Let's get it all mixed up. And for people that's been asking about the name of this pan, it's Country Kitchen. And I got this at Goodwill. It was like brand new. And I looked, and Amazon and other places do sell these sets of pans. You can get the whole set if you want. Okay, now we're going to put 2 cups of water in. And 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. Now I squeezed 2 lemons to get the lemon juice for this and the zest that's going to go in it. I'm going to stir this all together. Get that dissolved in there. Ooh, shouldn't stir so hard, should I? Okay, I got it stirred together. Gonna whisk it a little bit. Get any of them little lumps out of it if I can. And there we go. Now we're going to cook this over medium heat. And we're going to constantly stir this, whisk it, until it starts to thicken. And I'll be back. Okay, it's thickened up. You can take your spoon and stick in it, and if it sticks on the back, then it's ready. So I've got it turned down on low. And what I'm going to do now, I've got 3 egg yolks. You can't see them all. But anyway, There you go. I got 3 egg yolks. I saved the whites because I'm going to make a meringue. Now I'm going to just beat these slightly. Just basically until the yellows are broke. And we're going to do what they call tempering. Tempering the eggs. This can be tricky. It might turn out for me and it might not. We're going to take a little bit of this hot mixture. Not much at all. And we're going to slowly put some in our eggs and whisking the whole time. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to take just a little bit more and slowly put this in. If you ever hear the term tempering eggs, this is what they're talking about. And the reason you want to get that worked in there is because when you go to put these eggs back into the mixture, you don't want your eggs to scramble, believe me. Because I've had that happen before on something I fixed. Okay. And this is on low, like I said, the mixture. Try to move you over here so you can see it. I'm trying to video this on my own, so y'all just bear with me. Okay, now I'm gonna add this in. Whisk it as I go. I tell y'all, this is going to be so good. And it's really not hard to make it at all. It's warming up here in Louisville today, and I'm glad. It's going to warm up for a while. Going to get all of that in there. That's our oven making that noise. It's on. And it makes strange noises at times. Okay, we're going to whisk this all in. Moved it over there to show y'all. We're going to whisk it, keep whisking it for about a minute. That is the prettiest filling. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Now we're going to go over here. I'm going to move this right along with me so you can see, hopefully. And I'm going to get this pie mixture and I'm going to put it into my crust. Isn't that beautiful? This is going to be so good. I think I'm going to have a piece of this because I love lemon meringue pie. Love it. I love lemon pudding. And if you didn't want to make you a pie with the filling, just make it, turn it into pudding for you. You know what I did? I told y'all I mess up all the time. I miss putting in the butter and the lemon zest. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw it in here. And that butter will melt. Sometimes you just got to improvise, folks. Sometimes you just got to improvise. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to mix this up right in this pie crust. And you know what? It's going to be okay. It is. I was supposed to put that in when I took that off that stove. And I had my mind thinking about making the meringue. So this is just what you do. And it will be okay. It'll be fine. So I'm just going to finish letting this get all mixed up in here. And then, if I got enough sense, I'll come back and make the meringue. See you in a little bit. Okay, I got the butter and the lemon zest all mixed in the filling in the pie shell, and it's fine. It did fine. So now I'm going to take the 3 egg whites that I had, and I'm going to beat those until they're frothy, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is what they look like. Now I'm going to turn the mixer back on, and I'm going to slowly add in 6 tablespoons of sugar until we get some peaks formed. Try to move that back up there. This is going to be all over the place. And you don't want to dump it all in at once. Okay, this is our meringue. It's got the peaks, so it's going to go on top of this pie. And we're going to work that around all over the top of the pie. And we're going to take it all the way to the pie crust. Like that. You're going to take it all the way to the crust because it will shrink some. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this on there, and I'll show it to you before I put it in the oven. The oven is still preheated at 400 degrees. And we're going to, when I put this in, we're going to let the meringue get brown. It should take about 5 minutes, but I'll be right back. Okay, I used a spatula and got all of it out of the bowl and got it put on here, and here's this pie. Now I'm going to put it in the oven for 5 minutes, and when this gets brown, I'll pull it back out and I'll show it to y'all. Okay, here it is. Looks pretty darn good to me. Now I'm going to let this sit and cool at room temperature. And if you're not going to be serving it right away after that, when it's cooled down, you can refrigerate it. Let me turn this off. Forgot to turn that off. And let it sit for 3 to 6 hours in the refrigerator before you serve it. And what may happen when it goes in the refrigerator, if you're going to refrigerate it, some of that meringue might pull back from the crust, but if it does, there's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. You did good. So this is how I make my lemon meringue pie. Even though I was supposed to put that butter and lemon zest in it in the pan, it still turned out okay. That just goes to show y'all, if you goof up, you can fix it. You usually can, and if you can't, so what? You know, you try again. That's all you can do. But I hope y'all have had a blessed day. Remember, it's going to be okay. And I love y'all.